here meditating and pondering on the ways of the world today. Thinking of my people Africa and the state of the continent today. How mothers fed their children today. As granny goes down on her knees every day and prays. How many souls are dying from causes that could be prevented? If we did have leaders who cared for us today. Oh, 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 Zion and Yahweh. Zion away. Zion away. Africa rise, young. Every 4 years, the politicians say he's your servant today. After you vote for them, they metamorphose into your masters. I say, have your say, we'll have our way, yeah. Not no strange, it's cow demon crosses. Meanwhile, souls are dying from causes that could be prevented. If we did have leaders who cared for us today. Zion and Yahweh.
Away from your slumber.
Zion away.
Away from your sleep.
Zion away.
Never ever quit, just a little bit longer. Victory is near, they're gonna disappear, go under. The leaders them no care, never tend to share. Babylon quit, the shedding of blood. Your heart that goes suffer if you show no love. Stay away, righteousness. What we call the nation if for no righteousness? Just make sure the children live.
I pray for the future generation not to give up this fight. I pray for the children of tomorrow not to sell out their birthright. Cause when I look afar, I see the strangers eating up the food. Another form of slavery is coming here again. And that's why people are dying from causes that could be prevented. Oh yes, we do need some better leadership today. Oh, oh, oh. Zion and Yahweh. Zion away. Let's go. Zion away. As the day breaks, I see my people rising up again, shaking up all the shackles. I see my people shaking up those chains. The lion with the mane, blood of the slain will never be in vain. No, no, no. We don't want to see no more people dying from causes that can be prevented.
No more
bloodshed. Better leadership today.
I pray.
Oh, oh, oh. Zion and Yahweh.
Away from your slumber.
Zion away.
Away
Yes, indeed. We are one. We are united. We are one Africa. We are one Ghana. We are one people. Yes, indeed. Welcome to another live stream. It's another Sunday. My name is Kwesi Eson Bakon, and as usual, I'm in the seat from Studio One, Texas, USA, and I will be your main pilot. And so playing so many things. Any which way how? Yes, welcome to another show. Today we have another solid show for you. And again, I really don't want to go back to last week. And for those of you sending messages, please, it's a closed chapter as far as I'm concerned. But I'm just saying that today, hopefully, we will have a different experience. That's all. Today, we have invited the Honorable Ohene Kwame Frimpong. Ohene Kwame Frimpong is Member of Parliament for Asante Akim North, Asante Akim North. And he has started something very revolutionary that we here at iCulture TV, Radio Culture, have decided to monitor and keep giving updates on. You remember when he came on social media asking the president to assist him with buying the produce from his farmers and so on. That has moved up to a step where now they're actually planning a full-blown tomato-producing enclave, and we are following that. Hopefully, we will be getting him today. Full disclosure, just so you people don't think that he did the same thing that our guest did last week, all right? The honorable member has indicated that today they will be sharing fertilizer to the farmers. He's going to try to squeeze some time out of that to join us for the show. So we are trying to see if we can get him. If not, we may get somebody else to speak with us about the new update, the tomato producing enclave that is planned for Asante Akim North. Yes, and on our second interview, which could actually end up being the first, we will be speaking with Lawyer Yaw Anokye Frimpong. Everybody knows Lawyer Yaw Anokye Frimpong. Lawyer Yaw, and today, what shows so? We have two Frimpongs on the show. Look at that. I didn't even notice. Yes, Ohene Kwame Frimpong and Lawyer Yaw Anokye Frimpong. Lawyer Yaw Anokye Frimpong needs no introduction at all. He's a politician. He is a lawyer. He is a historian. Most people know him as a historian and a lawyer. He is also a politician and a few other things as well that I'm sure we can also give him credit for. But definitely we will be, well, hopefully, I should say, we will be speaking with him as well. And on today's topic, on today's show, we'll be discussing, does Ghana have a tribalism problem? I want to hear you on this. If you can, please put your comment in there for me as well. Does Ghana have a tribalism problem? Do we as a people have a problem with tribalism? Yeah, war. And as you know, on this platform, so we will get into it. But I will not take the meat of I will not take the spice out of the food. I'll wait for Lawyer Yaw Anokye Frimpong to come and help us with that. And also, on arts and culture, we'll be speaking with a man called Osajifo. Osajifo is a well-known reggae artist from Ghana, and he will be joining us on arts and culture. Still waiting hopefully we'll have Lawyer Anokye join us very soon. And then later on, we will also hopefully have somebody join us, if not the Member of Parliament himself, for the discussion on tomatoes. In the meantime, I want you to, I'm trying to, I don't know, Newsroom, Justice, please let me know. Are we good to go, or should I go for the editorial? Let me know, please. And we are also informed that Lawyer Yaw Anokye Frimpong is also traveling, and we may have to go audio on this one. We'll try our very best to do that. Newsroom, take us on a short commercial break. When we come back, we will be connecting with Lawyer Yaw Anokye Frimpong, historian, lawyer, and politician.
Since 1994, crafting natural products with organic shea butter and red palm oil. All products are available on Walmart.com and Shopify, or visit our website at chrismark.com.
Welcome to Tucson Hotel, your ultimate home away from home. Located in the serene town of Ejisu Ichakrum, just off the Jabin Road, we offer you a haven of comfort and luxury. Step into our fully air-conditioned 40 bedrooms, where modern elegance meets convenience. Whether you choose our normal, standard, deluxe standard, or executive rooms, each one is equipped with Wi-Fi and DSTV, ensuring that you stay connected and entertained throughout your stay. Indulge your taste buds at our exquisite bar and restaurant, where our skilled chefs prepare a wide range of culinary delight to satisfy every palate. From local delicacies to international favorites, we have something for everyone. Planning a business meeting or a special event? Look no further than our state-of-the-art conference hall, with a capacity to accommodate 80 to 100 people. It is the perfect venue for your corporate gatherings or social celebrations. But that's not all. We proudly boast the largest recreational center in the Ejisu municipality, with a capacity to accommodate up to 2,000 people. It is the ideal location for concerts, weddings, and other grand events. It comes with 4 fully air-conditioned bedrooms and a kitchen as one package. Our luxury cars are also available for rent. Drive like a boss. To experience true hospitality and unmatched comfort, contact us today. Our friendly staff is ready to assist you. You can reach us at 0244 654 458, 0246 505 327, or 0241 418645. You can also email us at info@tucsonhotel@gmail.com. Tucson Hotel, your home away from home.
culinary secret.
Making healthy food choices are a daily challenge for most people. You see, the food you eat can either be the safest and most powerful form of medicine or the slowest form of poison. Introducing the Green Health Pharmacy and Functional Medicine Clinic that gets to the root cause of your disease. We present to you the True Green Foods brand that allows you to enjoy healthy food options without sacrificing the foods you love. True Green Foods have low-carb swallow options for fufu, banku, tuozafi, eba, kenke, amala, and semovita. Good tasting and supremely delicious without compromising blood sugar, blood pressure, cholesterol, weight management goals, and all diseases that one may be battling with. They also have a low-carb replacement for oatmeal, grits, and cream of wheat, which are highly dense in carbohydrates. Check out Alta Oats, Beta Oats, Clean Oats, as well as Kajma Porridge and Cream of Lacca when you visit our shop. The breakfast options are not just delicious, but meet the standards of an anti-inflammatory diet. All True Green Foods are all diabetic friendly. Find Green Health Pharmacy in Woodbridge, Virginia, or call us on 703-670-3640. WhatsApp 571-300-5039. Find us on IG at Green Health Farm. There's no better way for a healthy lifestyle. Remember, your health is your wealth.
All right, and we are right back. Thank you very much for staying. As promised, we have our first interview, second interview, which is now the first interview. Now, lawyer is on his way, or on Namkwanso Kakra, but he has been gracious enough to still step aside. So I need Bekasa. And when me I'm back on TV, but newsroom, please put a picture of lawyer on so people can see, and at least we can hear him. He's on phone right now. Please help me welcome a don of knowledge and cultural wisdom. The man's name is Lawyer Yaw Anokye Frimpong. Meaning something for Lawyer Yaw Anokye Frimpong, historian Lawyer Anokye Frimpong, and I say politician Yaw Anokye Frimpong. Me pacho de hin na me fan for lawyer. Hello lawyer, me pacho meet you. You live. Oh yo. Yo, me that say. Na yen sha say yen the topic aye ha so de lawyer pachopi kasa bia ye kan Ghana bia ye kan wa ha. O kana yen ti ase ye be bisa no wa kire ya se. Enti se brofo nso ba eno so ye de ni na be frafa ye da CP. Lawyer, Ghana ye wo tribalism problem na. Oko amanoni baby I see omo racism problem. Before mu pia omo fu se bia baby o krampo ni so omo kwa na so omo kwa ho no ye nje omo fe so eti se abrofo ni ade. Ghana, you was a problem. You go on, lawyer.
Actually developing the level which is Nigeria for the and Nigeria for the energy. So conspicuously, Igbo for any Yoruba for one council that. And we are. Now standard president I am to Mount and who to need to see the civil war the bar Rwanda union red line union no and no so interest you no so interest you will be and higher a higher when baby with us
me pachopi answer beto aso Yoruba ni Igbo dia ni chemuma me kakra o se omuntimi en cancel da adintra
Yoruba Igbo, what happened was that Yoruba Igbo in the 60s, actually, who said, Sabio, Omunyanum Hausa for Omun contribute to anything to the Nigerian economy. Mineral wealth, and human capital, because human capital proper, so well-quoted people.
Mm-hmm.
I do one year, people land and then Yoruba land. And to Umbaka on Wabo, now some walk around just to split the country and then pick out the houses. When they say Yoruba, if of one declare war, almost at that time, they wanted to form Biafra state. Now, Yoruba Igbo for no Biafra state. Should that declare this? I hope he said. A youth mother boy, woman, Yoruba for Bob. No more, I can want Palm House of one. Everyone a Yoruba house of one quiet. And it was a very bitter civil war. You could Igbo for one power. Almost now, see, I'm waiting back to be said. And yes, Igbo, you be a president of Nigeria. Because Igbo, you be a president of Nigeria. But you know, for president. From that time, I've seen them. Produce leader. Only back on an army. All winning Peter Obi.
I see. I see. Wow. Interesting. Yo. I see.
One that we acquired is that they were a Belgian territory, former colony of Belgium. And a minority form, a year to not Belgium was it. Almost straight to say, we're going to be a tutor among all the good jobs available. And because of that, priority no and more time after that, almost minority Tutsi as against the Hutu form. Trouble. So, time about I don't know, eventually civil war by around 1992. Within 3 months, near Kum Tutsi 1,000. Because South Africa goes as 1 million. Now, the Shadani so class the topic now can a very rare in Africa. Natana the enemy and that violent point. That doesn't mean it has not harmed us in so many ways.
I see. Yo, Etienne Fambra lawyer. Who say a Wagana pa? A Jena ma wukasa Wagana.
Yama mikasa wa Ghana no any said. Abrofu ye am bo wondi tanya omudiya. The same thing. I'm already from the very word go, the English people created Russian said, Asante for Papa. They rallied other ethnic groups who were incidentally accounts. Akim, Akwamu, Akwatim, and Sante Denchira. I say they rallied them together against Asante all the time. The Battle of Dodwa and 1826 and Asante War 1874. All the accounts came together against the Ashantis with the support of the British. Until we got, what happened? At the time of independence in the natural said, accounts for accounts name the Asante for said, now where we are fancy and now I can't say what about Ellis and not this? What should they say about you?
Next say seed of tribalism and I say seed of mistrust no. Emrofono no musoya among us and sana or moko after independence no.
I understand. Gonima yes I did now. Divided and rule tactics. Well, yes I did. So the official they said it divide the rule for as early as 1483. I will see at the Mina Castle. Now, slavery, no slave trading. Now I brought fully to the data because Opa Mina Castle, dungeon already at this slave school. In your letter, no see from the inception of the castle, not dungeon the camp. It is going by money, my opinion, when it's my dear person of the Bayer. It's over to Mom. I am an idea. You should knock the heads of two tribes one against the other. And no, we are a Bamano. Until with that, which are Amafolo instigating largely the southern ethnic groups, to say the Ga, the Arkansas, I'm saying, the West, against the northerners. I'm a youngerness, I said, you're not in a hand. When you're in India, or not, near the exchange for European goods. Which are African Americans here, woman, Jamaica, I can't say we did. But in reality, for the 350 years of slavery, the enslavement of the African,
I see. Now, I'm trying to understand something. Let us say.
You can say, I mentioned two things. I come against the rest of the accounts against Asante, and then the Southerners against ours, and I'm from Soul. And the Northerners, they're not all to the extent to say, ensure that there will be more school in the north because the schools are not only sophisticated like Southerners. That it is not necessary until just independence time. Not when it's not a problem. They will likely deny those things. Something like that. Who be now no more timber was this. Yeah, Doma machine, you do.
So
very good. That big sword. It can take weeks, but it also not be honest. Now, Nipa the same only one. Only one more. The machines, you need machines to sell now. You want trucks. You want more than the bingo was now the nearest big river. No more
floating
to another big river to sell Accra and Cobra and baby coast in Echo. No Southern would do. Two, mining industry, no all casualties about just a normal system. And no Southern will go underground. To say how much they didn't know you, Bema the Quatapa, who is a person, Bema the Quatapa, and I tell you, that time I'm just saying, now they used to work on. Maybe I know, say, this are what the Massad. Oh, yeah, more than a woman education, and yet, I am more than as far. Women are Kwame with free education. That's a balancing aspect of it, and they say, no, in those days, no Southerner wanted to associate with madness because the Frenchmen, I tell you, things they were second class, if not third class in my base. It's better gather for men, one men no game. It is all the kind of young one. So school crowd over here player. Yeah, you got to get this 80 man and watch a man. They are hope you are not now, and now we are not ever most of the time. No one can more than asset for everybody to do something with your man. To myself, Tribalism, my boyfriend will be so I have call young see and I'm a respect for me.
And the Koya Trimpa, I say, Omujaya, when Yasu Yam Fine Aquadro, we've done quite something with it. But lawyer, Mammy Bissau. Now, a Bimosu say, Sabio, Asante for mum, and no feel superior to the other tribes. What is our narrative, Neda, and what do you have to say about that?
Omukasa, Omuyabonnet, Asante for them. You have never feel so superior to you, and that their unity spirit. The buyer, confirmation was to them out some 300 years ago. And then, two, they have their benefits that only an interior tribe. And the influence of the Europeans along the coast are almost divided, one splitting, one baby. Essentially, their customs and traditions were left intact. So they were able to protect their culture as against Southerners. Jacqueline cried the local so France, Oko Coast, Central Region, open the Paramount is begging to be added on one. Oko Western Region, now baby the lower at sea, upper at sea, and sun. Oko baby to say lower discourse, upper discourse. So many paramounts, all because the white man wanted to recognize only their friends. Now, Oko in the interior Asante, that vast kingdom, they were just under one person. And then the Dutch also empowered them with guns in order to be able to hunt down other tribes and sell them into slavery. So it made them very, very rich. And through the riches, it made also them united against others. And once they became rich, united, and then strong, definitely they will fight you and defeat you. It's happened with things over more than the same. Definitely, naturally, you'll be proud. You will be proud because you will be money. Talk about the fantasy, the education. I'm about to say for the air create definitely, historically, they don't have anybody to raise. Just as the entire southern belt, but in the case of the Asantes, for the past 300 years, each of their kings was great enough because they were warriors. So naturally, to give them pride and one.
Okay, that's all well and good, but say you can see tribalism was mankasa. Na yen place blame. We're just trying to find the source of this and what points in the right direction, maybe a free bar. So saying we're trying to focus on what we ourselves have done with it. Madam Fubi Emma story, Mami share with you, lawyer, really quick, please. Now react to Mami. Back in University of Ghana, Commonwealth Hall, Madam Fubako, na mini didn't come up in North. Your friend no, a friend no a call, okay, AKOLG, a call. Na Asama no chese ni busunya for ebetina kumase over many generations no. The din no a change akoye akrugu. Ono ankasa na wasan a try so obeko back to the original name a called no. Wohu. Amafo pifu say sebio ye ka bi Asante for no omo embu obia bi omo fu so okay we dey ni din no we say I say okay so ye case obi nya watchman when the bemo obi a watchman other tribes me boy obi eni ho am fu so not ono akasa be kwa play obekwa for no ani ko bi so no na mbe show a demeaning character na bibiasa me pacha react to say you man. Hello, lawyer.
Hello.
Lawyer, me pacha to menka. Oh, yo, sorry, mami. Yo, me da CP say when you train wa jatum so ne beka say da CP ni so. Yo, dana me bisa say as a follow up to question now one science is here no. Nipa pifu say e reverse mo ya Asante for ni mo na omo sheda emu other tribes no. Na madam for bakubia na me ne wo Commonwealth so e ma me example bisa. Or say na the family no, you're from a call AKOLG. Now, omobetina kumasi over many generations no. You change your mudina no akrugu. Na so what do din na obi a change din so no ontime mo enti no ebetro udin send on city me ebono no. Wo na me change udin completely any idea. And so no yet is say Asante for na other tribes no empel mo asem. E ho no me pacho chemu mami kaka.
But both ways. Asantes have no respect whatsoever for the other ethnic groups and other tribes, and also for some reasons they also don't respect Asantes because Asante Fono is very hard working. Asantes and their cousins, the Kwame people, they are very, very hard working, more industrious than the others. That one is acceptable. We wouldn't be of better say on this idea because even the way it is trying to match up to the level of Accra, about 90% of the properties, Asante Fona, the other 10% in the government and the other ethnic groups. Whereas when you go to Accra, it has about 3% in the diamond and California. Yaka Rubo is 50 to 60% California. So that naturally they can be proud, very, very proud. Because Asante celebrate more festivals or observe funerals in the manner when you edgy. And in order to be strong and guide against other people, you should psychologically look down on them, just as Europeans do to Eastern Europeans, Asians, and to Africans. And one of the was now about fantasy and so they think they are more refined, they are well educated, and they are decent. than Asantes. It's a woman, so that's tribalism. Then, by and large, we are told by sociologists and anthropologists that anytime we are one ethnic group or one community, we have a majority of the people together. It gives a sense of superiority against the minority. This is what anthropologists and sociologists tell us. So it means that if we meet 100 others, our people 100 together, that as Antifa, 10 they will think they are superior to Nipa 10. It's a natural way of things. You don't have to talk about it too much. It is there. Be said, or Nipa say. I remember Kumasi Station they invited me several years ago. The program I'm here. Mikasa said the first black scholar ever was an Enzima Mankoa.
Radio, culture.
Hello?
Lawyer, put it here.
Oh, okay. And then another Enzima man being Kwame, one independence for us. Maybe some of us in from Asante, I'm not the first black educated person. Two, the first Ghanaian to form the political party. Pan Grant was also amazing. And you know the calls I started having. People from Zima Papa started calling that they are the best people in Ghana. Then when she started respecting them, they should start idolizing them because, but for them, they wouldn't be any Ghana. It is on a life. The moment we have the least opportunity to be seen that why or cost you a crown. No, Mr. Others, you will be out. It is a natural instinct.
I'm a bad crepa lawyer. A bad crepa. Now, my memo example bako. Matisse said north and so Oka, you were word Kabonga. I don't know. Forgive me if it's too derogatory for radio or TV, but that's right. Matisse almost saw more term or more they describe it. You know, not just Asantes, but people from the south.
Generally,
who said a reaction to how they see other people treating them and maybe over the years no more so conform
that Ghanaian. I didn't say in the 80s. So they have no respect for us.
I see. Yo, lawyer, how serious is it? A idea was saying you could die, you're doing one now, and I say we can just brush it under the carpet and move on. Yo, lawyer Mate. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, lawyer. Cause me pacho.
Yeah, can see one local language. The national language so that language will be stated everywhere together with English. Now, about national cohesion. When you say committee now, a corporate nation, there were a few attempts. Now, we pass about those ethnic groups. National language, and the reason was that it's a more international, national language. One as he said, only said in Ghana, more than 80% of the people understand. 80% of the West understand the Chin language. And almost the two I can't more. And language, unfortunately, it's a very complex language. And non-accounts cannot speak their language. But not opportunity for the committee. That was what they said.
Lawyer, me pacho, mami push back kakra on that. Who say okay, ebia Asante for ena omu person be tukwa akosua wo de. Me na me babesua wo de. Me na me pe ena me besua. But that doesn't mean say the fact that one man besua me de anything no. I have to see that we say it to you. And where are you saying to that?
Because we call United Kingdom. There was Scottish language. There were Irish language. Irish language you can gain it. And now what dominating the other languages not from now English. It is a one language which is understood by 80% of the people in the country. Now we are the national language. The tribalism aspect is rather to reject that language and think that it is wrong.
I see. Yo, lawyer,
another one is to say, we can't take my and also the same accounts are actually getting to 60% of the population of Ghana. But sociologists now, any anthropologists and linguists, no classify accounts. No why 49%. No way I need the people of age and Ezema and a hunter and a session a scene. So many accounts because they know that when you add these people to the account number, account will be getting to 60%. Now, you can't account as well. Obia account Gramiko, Obi know of idea, Obi belonging to the 7 or 8 clans. To say, you call me a piano, and no, yeah, can't. And there's a nice adversaries about those things. Who are those families? Or you could. So why do you say I'm not an account? Did that happen in the way you're going to hire?
Yo, Lord, before I can bet my first make me squeeze way in. See what there was a playful aspect of tribalism. So honor. You did a grow. You see, Asante for said almost say me L me R. You see crying for almost H. Almost say come here. Any idea? You can say one number. You say 44 almost show one not in December. I know you can on a lighter note. I don't know a boy name what.
Oh, I know the to say because who come from any place music. It only shows the other side of it. Philosophically shows that they are hard work.
I see. Nana me bisa question be so answer line you breaking up.
Numbers, the serial numbers, the one and the cousins are quite a big for. Those days, 31 of them says, I have very good traditional doctors, herbalists, to conform them into a ayako. Yes, I prefer to can't edit one. I believe that it only brings national cohesion. And then say you're taking it seriously, they are something to you jokers. Fine. They are comedians because I want a concert to start here.
That's right.
Which I don't think we want to say anybody. Almost all my friends are work people. Because inside the media community, they are working. So, yes, we can't be you know, I'm so formal. In Baba, some you can't be good over for you, master. So, why am I about yourself? But that prostitution comes. And that is with every group in the world. Into that, I believe we say those lighter ones, we should highlight them. And I've started doing that. I started on several media stations. I highlight them, then I diffuse them. So I need now a young
yeah. Lawyer, you what?
Let me see. It's history. You just one can you bonus. even some of the Asante towns, they were men from the Volta region. Because some money of and any other snatch. Ashanti community are always modernist or young Kuntokwada, young Kumbida, who cost one song. I was the gas from a flower to have a snake. Only may hear session folks. Only Kuntokwadian, the government now, only 9 years. Super commercials to say you don't want God. There will be a community made up of elves. I'm sure they are more than 500,000. But no one will be on Kuntokwa. They are not necessarily highlighted that way. And I'll call voter Asante voter town like Becky. Asante from the quantity from Becky on the Road.
Petit number 1 and Petit number 2.
South one the quantity on the Wusuta in the voter.
In Suta.
Second, the Shias are moment then the Ashantis and the was fighting together on one side. The Shias are no many there. I can finish what you say. But you make us out.
Meti palo me pacho koso. Meti me pacho koso.
Very good. When you say to listen to the diversity back. It's a one power. For example, people say James you are certain ethnic groups God has endowed them with the gift at the national level. For example, gas. About 90% gas. And coastal people who power. And I like music and you coast for fantasy when I started. Now go to Ashanti. Also, they get a national dress. Go to the north. Smoke with the Ghana's national dress. It is here this young woman. Diversity as well as without the northerners, you couldn't have had smoke or Batavia as a national dress. Without the Chin speaking people, Ashantis especially, we wouldn't have had a day in the Tinkra symbols. Without the gas, you can hear now titles like I quote the human DQ poison. And that was classical music. Open a chop, classical songs. They are now the national anthem, patriotic songs. Almost all of them from both. It's a no message. Shiana, yet the birthday. Near my Baba. When you make us someone in the information,
But I mean, if some new in a V-mates, and I know there, at least I know that one. Lawyer, before I record, my main too much inside there, but so now me put your comment on it quickly for me. Mean so nice sequence. Now, district do a central region, a friend no, a Sikuma or Dobain Brapa. The Chima Dreams says, Sa districts no, Sa three groups of people no what Sa districts no. Omu ina fi baby for front a bar. Bremai for Asante and a bar. You were Braka for the some Musufi Eastern region hobby in a bar, and they were 3 different people or 3 different areas from Mababi Shaw. If you know goes to support as some who can say ethnicity no crano. A share your unity in the modern. Over your near. And you phone coin ye bedi akpele ye bedi TZ ye bedi normal enti enu nyina be kan ma ni shema lawyer before we be call me pachopi
Adriana no one say when we say you can travel with a ball of sushi.
Yeah,
but you can travel with a ball of cake
pepe
so the granny goes to the 20s
and the gari ni ade nyina. Yes yo lawyer yo you better CP you so nice sequence yeah Joe Brady P you better hoping mo said you bet me afro na they discuss part 2 it's say na me hope say ke bet me discuss political implications. Any media have me cry into the part yo any me da CP edu baby suna say ya no wa maye hu na you trust na me pacho how bad is it? How serious is it? Say your politics, say your a tribalism problem. How serious is it?
If I enter into politics, can enter into politics. The chieftaincy, it has not got there because chiefs in the only one back was in Tomodo, no more politics in the day. They deliberately hammer on tribalism in order to win more votes. For example, to the extent that they classify MPP as an Asante party, psychologically, Asante Forum, they decide not to make a choice at all. Let's go for MPP. That is not the issue. The issue is that this is our tribal party. And once you have some madness and almost on the areas, whatever arguments which need to be done down and say this, I am more parties. Whether you develop that area or not. Hello?
Meteo.
Okay, whether you develop that area or not, you can use them as belonging to NDC. Indeed, that's the way tribalism they are, and it helps the politicians so that it denies you the right to make a choice. Because from the center, when you're and you say maybe NDC didn't perform, or MPP performed, the natural MPP. But what the data shows, someone for the way NDC. Not just while limiting itself to with tribalism, it means politically we are not growing. We are not growing. But the last election will show that the youth who are coming now are not interested in tribalism. They are interested in getting jobs and
getting results
for themselves. Politically, at least 2024 election, let's say, tribalism went down completely because most Ashantis voted against NDC and they voted for the NPP.
Yo, lawyer now. Yo, now so Osha, ebia amanoni idea almost share racism, for instance. Some of the indicators are more trying to say access to maybe jobs, for instance, access to social, mobility, access to certain key things who say, oh, so we for instance, which are the household income, average household income of a white family, for instance, a year somewhere in the 150,000 up there. Osha for black families are much less. For instance, Osha Ghana, you indications of Sanomayana, say the if you try or chance of getting to a certain height of a certain institution and abidisano. A bit me at pussy problem, Mama. Who will be this our Ghana?
In Ghana, tribes now, two major parties in the city online, so any more ministerial appointments and more development. Actually, one more a year outside. For example,
Radio, culture.
Side of the country and Volta region. And it's a wish to say the Ghana people and the people from Western region only getting appointments because the two parties they are not dominant in them. They are attractive. Like Western region and Western North, the two not equal Western. The one national income GDP, women are contributing to
Radio. Culture. I see. Yo, now, what are some of the measures Alfie say you are taking to curb some of these things? What can some of the things you are doing or highlighting some of the social biases are you want, and then you diffuse them? That's something you are doing as a one-man army, as a society, as a nation. So what are some of the things to beat down tribalism, if not completely take it out of the system? The negative aspect that is.
I think first and foremost, I see a need to be regional quota for employment into all the government institutions like the army, the police, your friend is in civil service. So I do regional quota. What I'm saying is that, okay, let's say, oh, man, we know the IGP. What can you prove? Something be IGP. What can you prove? And then they show this regional quota.
Wouldn't that be a recipe for chaos, though, lawyer? Because Ghana, no, sometimes we highlight on the bigger tribes, so, but there are a whole lot of other smaller tribes. Maybe I have Asante IGP, so with me, I can say, okay, now, maybe Kotokoli for IGP, for instance, and
I'm saying, can't trouble here, man. As I say, I trouble. So, maybe so you can't say we are Western region. Okay, Juma. But a political appointment to me. Oh, just want to penny the money. And to penny now, and to our bread. And it is a fact on the ground. Nothing to be seen, regional quota. The Panamanian so head of customs and prison service or police service. When you said I wasn't ready for the 10%, why are they? We are much and so we have 10%. But again, 12%. We have taken 12%. And Kaba wine, jump from here. And the only way there is, one was development in the region, big one like that. Don't see development. And then dark area. What will development here? What will development here? Cover and the entire area. No development. There was already no development. Section area, no development. Now, one baby, a new one. MPP and NDC on session. Oh, what development? I'm not saying this today.
Hello, lawyer. Me pa talk to us, man.
Yeah, it's maybe.
Oh, what we see, yo.
Yeah.
It's yo. Lawyer, you better was CP. You better.
Let's be on Zoom and then we'll continue the work.
Me pa chopper because I want you to be say audio quality no cry the best, but enya una dey now say force ya na enya bibi kakra free. Enti me pa choppy. Mema producer na sign I connect with you na your pet time obetimi abiye more. Na enti next week and next week after that there be part 2. Na ya twan community for your lawyers. Meda CP na ya kasa so a ya be pese ya be etie one kasa so some of the things that you are doing in terms of your politics now ya be pese ya be tie no so they connected yo ya CP na me shall p and na safe journey so be awoko. All right, Lawyer Yaw Anokye Frimpong and na yete in Kano newsroom. Me pacho yanko quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll bring you the editorial and then the rest of the show will follow. Thank you very much. Commercial break, newsroom, please. Secret.
Client did not pay very well, but I just had to manage and collect the money like that. You know how the economy is now, so that we can buy rice and crayfish.
Papa, why are you telling me all this?
Why I'm telling you is that this case does not have a witness, but I was supposed to pay somebody to come and act as the eyewitness. So, but now we have spent the money that we are supposed to pay the eyewitness. So now that we have paid that we have spent the money, you will now come and be the eyewitness for my client. I have made the job very simple for you. All you have to answer is 3 questions. I will ask you only 3 questions. If I ask you the first question, you will answer no. If I ask you the second question, you will answer no. The third question, you will answer it is inconsequential. What did I say?
If you ask me the first question, I will say no. If you ask me the second question, I will say no. Then if you ask me the third question, I will say it is inconsequential.
Inconsequential. Ajala, inconsequential is a very big English. Speak the big English. It will make my lord to know that we are very serious.
Okay. Inconsequential.
Hey.
Inconsequential.
Oh boy.
Not ke. Que. Inconsequential.
Inconsequential. Inconsequential.
Good. So when they call the witness, you will come in. I'm going inside now. My lord will come out very soon. My lord. My name is Everestus Otupuroborobon. Obinu Brago Brikagana Yaponuma. Espire, Espana, Escobar, Escota, Excuser, Executor, Examiner, Ex-boyfriend, Esquire of lawyer.
This man.
My lord, it is stated in section 3, subsection 2, subsection 2II of our constitution that no man must be caught smoking igbo, which is also known as loud, also known as kana,
What be this?
also known as opi, also known as hyacinth, also known as bows. My lord, this man here, Mr. Osinopino C. Osinopino Isikotebu Isiko, is my client. And this lawyer here is falsely accusing my client of smoking igbo. My lord, not only that he is accusing my client of smoking igbo, the accuser is also claiming that my client did not only smoke igbo, but that he also swallowed the smoke instead of blowing it out. My lord, I am here to reject all the lies.
Question 1, no. Question 2, no. Question 3, it is inconsequential.
My lord, my client is not an igbo smoker, and I am here to prove it with evidence. Evidence number 1. My lord, I invite you to come and smell his mouth. Smell his mouth, my lord. If you can smell igbo, then don't take me serious. But if you cannot smell igbo from the mouth of my client, my lord, you must jail this lawyer and his client that brought us here. Evidence number 2. I invite into the witness box Ajala Oshamari Yebroke Ajala.
Witness, what is your name?
No.
No what?
Question number 2, no.
I'm only asking your name.
It is inconsequential.
What be this?
Barrister, what kind of witness is this?
This boy will kill me today. God I beg. God I beg.
Skip that part. Boy, do you know anybody in this court who smokes igbo?
Igbo? Yes, my lord.
Who?
That's him there. My papa.
They never show you say they're wise.
All right, we are back, and we're still waiting to see if we can get the farmers to come on with us for the. Let me make the announcement. It looks like the honorable member is caught up distributing fertilizer for the farmers. Ain't any point in time there you on the show but for now, let's go for the editorial, which we were supposed to do from the beginning, but we had to make room for Lawyer Anokye. Let's go for the editorial. Okay, my name is Kwesi Esan Bakon, and this is the editorial. Today, for today's consideration, I should say, I'm going to be talking about a subject that many people shy away from. All right, I'm going to challenge our intellect as well as our professed sincerity when it comes to matters relating to this topic that I'm going to be talking about today. Recently, Mr. President met CSOs to discuss Galamsey. The topic, of course, was Galamsey, right? But something else caught my attention. In a response to a question that Mr. President was asked regarding punishing perpetrators, Mr. President responded thus. Let's watch this video.
Like I said, it's not an event, it's a process, but we will never give up. It's a long journey, but we'll continue to work on it. I like that somebody raised that, what are we doing to the kingpins? Because most of those 1,400 who have been arrested are young youth who are looking for something to be able to look after themselves. And we'll prosecute them, we'll imprison them. But those who run those operations are the ones that we must be arresting and imprisoning, not these little boys, you know. And so we need to change our strategy. We can arrest the boys and all that.
Radio culture.
There's no slap on the wrist. What's the least sentence? 15 years. 5 to 15. Yeah, so we'll catch these boys and we'll feed them for 5 years. Look after them for 5 years and distract them. But like I'm saying, maybe we can look rather for the kingpins and deal with them in a major way.
Okay. So Mr. President quickly acknowledges that it may not be the best idea to punish young people who may be involved in Galamsey only because they are trying to make a living. Well, Mr. President, respectfully, that would be like saying that the armed robber or the pickpocket has to eke out a living, so whatever they're doing is fine. Galamsey is wrong. It is a massive infraction on other people's freedoms and sovereignties and all that. So I don't too much agree with that, but that's not even the point. Mr. President, have you seen some of the videos coming from these sites? Some of the things that these people who you are graciously trying to make a case for are doing. Let's see what some of them are saying. Chief play. Chief play. That does not seem like eking out a living or daily bread to me. That looks like somebody who's out to make something much more than that. But again, let's put that on the side because that really is not the main issue for me today. Mr. President, have you seen some of the we just dealt with the videos. Script, move down. All right. Okay. So I totally agree with your point, though, about the kingpins, Mr. President. Of course, the kingpins are the ones who are supposed to be followed. However, those who are arrested doing these things just have to face the law. But guess what? That's not even Still, the main issue for me. Now let's go on to my main issue. And before I do that, let me read this disclaimer. I am going to be speaking about marijuana. I am not referring to anything else. Anything at all. Red, blue, green, indigo, purple, violet, cocaine, whatever. I'm not talking about none other of these things. The case I'm making today is purely for God's own creation, marijuana. All right? And it will go full circle and come back. Bear with me. Okay, so Mr. President, I see from your body language that you do not accept the option of putting away productive youth for 5 years as a solution to the Galamsey issue. I don't know about everybody watching, but did you see or did you hear? Because I did, right? Through a combination of both body language and a careful selection of words, that Mr. President is opposed to the idea of using state resources to feed and house youth for years, only because they were out looking for their daily bread. That is a very well-placed sentiment, sir, measured and very statesmanly. But sir, let me draw your attention to something. What about the thousands of youth who are locked away on charges of possession of marijuana? Sir, take the story of the young nurse whose story we carried on this very network. A young, productive Ghanaian, not destroying anything, who was killed by police under the pretext of possessing marijuana. IGP Onu, I'm waiting for an update on that story, please, sir. And I will be letting my producers check up on you to follow up on that story of the young nurse that was beaten to death by police because they thought he had marijuana on him. Okay, now let's take a less severe case also of the youth who was sitting with his friends when police raided and dragged all of them to the police station. He's charged with possession. And even though it was his very first time of seeing what the much talked about weed looked like, he is put before the court, jailed 5 years. He did not destroy anything. Mr. President, we need to give our youth the room to make mistakes and correct them. If somebody is jailed that easily, and to go back to your words, the state feeds them for years. The state is actually losing twice. Not only is government spending money feeding these people, but the future of these people, of these youth, who otherwise would have become productive members of the community, tax-paying members, productive, contributing members of society, their futures will be jeopardized by depriving them of the normal channel of acquiring skills and contributing to the society. They indeed, after they have been released, will also become a burden onto society, because you know what? The years that they would have spent studying in school or in university or acquiring some advanced skills is spent in jail. Government feeds them, spends money on them, something that the president is worried about. And then they come out and they don't have no skills because the years they should have used acquiring their skills were spent in jail. They give them some wishy-washy carpentry skills and whatnot. Nobody wants to employ them because they are prison graduates. So the state is losing double. Some of these youth, innocent prior to being jailed, would learn real-life crime from prisons also. Because he possesses marijuana. Such stupidity, right? But then in the jail, no, Nipana on Nimbibiano was hanging with his friends. Take the example of the second one I was using, sitting with his friends. Let's say he was even smoking with his friends, peer pressure. But as a youth, he's not given the opportunity to correct his mistakes And then you take them, and instead of giving them something lenient, you put them away for 5 years, and the state is feeding them also. That doesn't sound like a smart thing to do to me at all. In the West, the same nations that forced us to sign these obfuscating treaties and conventions, they have regularized the use of marijuana, which, by the way, for those living in ignorance, is God's creation. There are stores with loyalty programs, right? Selling marijuana, providing employment for farmers and retailers, storekeepers, contributing to state and national incomes, revenues, right? And overall taking the meat of drug dealers' tables. Guess what? If the state regularizes the proper sale of marijuana, we won't have any more drug dealers hiding behind corners. And no sound on a red for anyone, white for no. They'll go and stay somewhere. Then when you're going to go deal with it, then you're dealing with that. But now it's all bundled together. So when you see somebody acting stupid, you think they've smoked marijuana. We have to speak up, because Charlie, seriously, I don't understand why in this day and age, where the West is using marijuana for scientific purposes, including for medicinal purposes, Ghana kwa read it there. That's why about them. Okwa bruchia, yetimi marijuana and yetimi the yedro for even children to use in measured quantities, in different forms, tinctures, pills, smokable forms, all type of different forms, gummies, whatnot, for even children to be able to use. Ghana can't read it. They don't know about them. How is that? And we are sitting down and dealing with this nonsense any which way. Let me move on and wrap up. Time is fast spent. It is a difficult discussion to have with you, Mr. President. I don't know if the churches, most of who are in a very good place with you, will allow you to make a rational decision about this. Because we take the thing, we take marijuana, and then we moralize around it. But what is that moral? Where is that coming from? Have we investigated that? Have we investigated who told us, say, we are the bonnie? Most people in Ghana can say, oh, because we are the bonnie. But who told you that, though? Nipa Krona and Kanche, the American youth. And the American people say, we are the bonnie. So there are stores. Right now, where I sit, I can drive less than 15 minutes, walk into a store, and buy marijuana. And there's a chain of benefits from that one thing that I can do, right? But in Ghana, no, you see, we need a bottom. We've moralized around it. Or so for Bekacho say a bottom. But sad idea because as far as I'm concerned, the Bible never told us we be bowed down. So where did that idea come from? So, Mr. President, you represent everybody. When you think of these things, we would need you to make a clear mind decision about this, not to be distracted or detracted by any form of religious sentiment whatsoever. Because the Bible itself says in Genesis that we shall use herbs for our food and our medicine. That's what I know the Bible told us, not the other way around. I think we as a people should really start letting some things realign. Seriously. Can we stop this madness of committing our youth to a life of uncertainty because they may have hung with the wrong crowd at some point in their life? Remember, this youth did not destroy nothing. I think we as a people should rethink the 1961 single convention on narcotic drugs. I think we should rather start out early to cash in rather than be cashed in. And to start it all off, I think we should immediately revise the laws prohibiting the possession of marijuana, making it, if anything at all, less punitive and inuring to the benefit of the state rather than to its laws. May I suggest something called community service, for instance, Mr. President? Let's say that we even want to punish offenders. Let's say we even want to do that. Do we want to keep them away for 5 years and feed them at the expense of the state? Or we want to benefit as a state from that process? What about putting them in community service programs so that if somebody is found possessing marijuana, instead of keeping them away for 5 years, put them in a community program for 3 months. Let them help sweep the streets for 3 months. Let them help do some other type of work that the government would otherwise be spending money on for some months, and let the youth go and continue his life. So that he would have, even if he thought that was a mistake, he would have learned from that, reformed himself, and realign himself for the future, the state benefits, rather than taking people, putting them away for years, spending money on them because somebody told you to do that. And the person who does that, who told you to do that, on only Chrome, they have stores where you can go and buy these things. They have hospitals where they use it for scientific purposes. So, Mr. President, as part of your reset agenda, I would like to see you do something about this, please. I'm just saying, and as I wind up, let me just say this quickly. President Mahama, for many, your legacy will be the lasting monuments such as the infrastructure that you put up. For some, it will be your style of leadership, which seems to have restored confidence in governance in our beloved country. To yet some others, it may be a myriad of other things that may not even cross my mind. But let me be very clear on this, sir. To a very large percentage of Ghanaians, and this I swear to you, includes people in very high offices. If you are able to reverse this terrible school to prison trend, restore the hope of our youth by giving them room to make mistakes and correct them before they make those same mistakes as adults, you would forever remain not just as a name slapped on monuments, but as a name that lives in hearts, like Kwame Nkrumah. To wrap it up, let me also share this story real quick. I worked in New York on a program called RTA, Raise the Age. Now, Raise the Age was the governor's idea of, so basically what the idea was is that if the youth commit a crime, petty crime, and they are up to 17 years, right? The cutoff point is 17. 18, sorry, you're on your own. You're going to face the penal system. But once you are up to 17 years now, they have a program called Raise the Age. So when a youth does something wrong, instead of going to the penal system, they put them in this place called cottages, right? Where it's set up like a home, just that they are living with other boys, okay? And then they have programs that they go through. They may stay there for like a year or so, months, whatever. And then they let them go back home. So that youth under 17 years, even if they make mistakes, they're not going to prison. They're going through a program to reform them. Who's 17 now? Who could be 18? So when you go up and fuck up again, and I'm using F freely, yeah, because I'm making a point here, right? And you go and do that again, then you're on your own, then you go to jail. Kwame Nkrumah had the Bostel home system. Let's go back to that. Let's revive that. Let's keep youth out of jail. And while I'm at that, I want to reiterate again, sir. If Galamsey people who are hurting Asase deserve a reprieve, then dare I suggest, Mr. President, that the ganja prisoners who destroyed nothing also deserve a reprieve. My name is Kwesi, a son, Bako. I come in peace. I come not to please. When we come back, we'll bring you agriculture with Rootsman. Stay put.
Welcome to Tucson Hotel, your ultimate home away from home. Located in the serene town of Ejisu Ichakrum, just off the Jabin Road, we offer you a haven of comfort and luxury. Step into our fully air-conditioned 40 bedrooms, where modern elegance meets convenience. Whether you choose our normal, standard, deluxe standard, or executive rooms, each one is equipped with Wi-Fi and DSTV, ensuring that you stay connected and entertained throughout your stay. Indulge your taste buds at our exquisite bar and restaurant, where our skilled chefs prepare a wide range of culinary delight to satisfy every palate. From local delicacies to international favorites, we have something for everyone. planning a business meeting or a special event? Look no further than our state-of-the-art conference hall with a capacity to accommodate 80 to 100 people. It is the perfect venue for your corporate gatherings or social celebrations. But that's not all. We proudly boast the largest recreational center in the Ejisu municipality. With a capacity to accommodate up to 2,000 people, it is the ideal location for concerts, weddings, and other grand events. It comes with 4 fully air-conditioned bedrooms and a kitchen as one package. Our luxury cars are also available for rent. Drive like a boss. To experience true hospitality and unmatched comfort, contact us today. Our friendly staff is ready to assist you. You can reach us at 0244 654 458, 0246 505 327, or 0241 418645. You can also email us at info@tucsonhotel@gmail.com. Tucson Hotel, your home away from home.
All right. Okay, so we are back, and if you're ready, join me. Let's go straight for agriculture with Rootsman. Okay, Roots, time for agriculture. What are we doing today?
Yeah, Kwesi, it's good to be back on air, and I dare say a very good evening to all the listeners and the viewers. Today we are digressing a bit. Looks like the previous teachings have been on pesticides, fertilizers, and stuff like that. But today we are going to go into the actual growing process. And today our crop of choice is garden eggs. Some call it eggplants, with the botanical name of Solanum melongena. I think I'll just spare you all those mambo jumbo.
I was going to ask you one that you used to mention some time ago that I still remember, Helianthus annus.
Yes, that is for sunflower.
Which one is that? Which one is the Helianthus annus?
Yeah, it's not a joke. It's true. It's the actual botanical name for sunflower.
Oh, so that's sunflower, Helianthus annus.
Yeah, sunflower, yes.
Okay, well, today we're not doing sunflower, we're doing eggplant, please.
Yeah, we are doing garden egg today. Okay, so we're going to go into the production of garden eggs. For a start, we are actually lucky in our part of the world. Climate and stuff is not a big deal for us here. Probably we have a little bit of issues with soil based on your location, but generally the climate is good, and then the pH levels in the soil too is like we fall within the average, so we don't have much issues with pH. Before you start your eggplant farm, whilst you are preparing your land, you need to set up your nursery as well. Some people actually have the patience and they actually plant it's seed by seed, but it's quite a tiresome job. So the best way is to nest. You create a nursery, and then you nest your seeds there. They'll grow up into seedlings. It should be in the nursery for at least 4 weeks. So whilst you are waiting for the seedlings to be ready, you go to your land preparation. The type of soil that eggplant loves most is loamy soil. Loamy and well drained. Well drained because it's not a plant that thrives well in waterlogged areas. So the soil should be well drained. And then it requires sunlight. At least it has to get between 6 to 8 hours of sunlight a day for the eggplants to thrive. And then, as usual, depending on your soil, you might need to fertilize. And if you're going to fertilize, we always emphasize on the organic alternative. So we use poultry manure, cow dung. You can use, how do you call it, compost, and then our own organic liquid fertilizer. So like I'm saying, depending on how rich or how poor your soil is, you might fall on one of those alternatives. I don't want to go on to the chemical side now, because I just want to stick to the organic aspect of things. So yes, we'll just limit ourselves to poultry manure, organic liquid fertilizer, compost, etc. Okay, let's see. We talked about the climate, the lights, the soil pH. Okay, I think I earlier on talked about drainage. The soil should be well drained, because what happens is, if it's not well drained, if the area is waterlogged, the plants will develop a disease called blossom end rot. First, with the how do you call it? If there's too much water there, the roots will rot. It's not. I'm sorry, it's not blossom end rot. This is roots. It's the root that is going to rot from too much water. So you need to make sure the soil is well drained. Then once your seedlings are ready, you go onto the field to transplant. And with the transplanting, the spacing depends on the variety. But most of them is between 45 to 60 centimeters. That is between plants, what we call within rows. And then between rows is 90 to 120 centimeters. Roughly over here, we normally do looks like people are still stuck to the old system, so they use feet. So mostly it's 3 feet by 2 feet. 3 feet between rows and 2 feet within rows. I've talked about fertilizer already. And then it's a crop which doesn't like competition. So weeding is very, very necessary. Once you transplant your crops, you make sure you keep the weeds to the barest minimum, because apart from sharing nutrients and hindering the progress of your crops, they also harbor pests, insects, and stuff like that. So weeding is very, very critical. When we come to pest control, like we said earlier on, yes, in our case, we'll still go for organic alternatives. So in pest control, we use garlic spray, garlic and chili spray, as well as neem. Other people use other things like chemicals here, but on agriculture, on agriculture TV, we stick to organics. Then we have something we call pruning. At times, if the soil is good, the plant becomes huge. You see parts of the plant will try to be sagging, hitting the floor. If it's fruiting at that time, then this time around, yes, because it's sagging and hitting the floor, that's where you get the blossom end rot, because the fruit is touching the soil. The area that touches the soil will start to rot. So the ideal thing to do is to do pruning. you make sure you cut off a few shoots and allow sunlight and air as well to pass through easily. Then when it becomes so huge, one other thing you can do is to train it by giving it like a support. You can use bamboo or some wood or something to make a support for it to hang on, and then it will be fruiting from that end. Maturity, it depends on the variety, but some of the earliest known varieties have been known to mature at 50 days. 50 days after transplanting. So, but basically, it's between 50 to 80 days. Some do stretch for 90 days, 3 months. Okay. And the general idea when it comes to harvesting is you pick the fruits when they are 2 to 3 centimeters in diameter. There's when let's say you take the fruits, the middle of the fruit, you measure it and it's between 2 to 3 centimeters, then it's basically ready for harvesting. And then transportation. If you are going to transport your produce, then you have to make sure that they are in containers which are well ventilated. For example, at Roots Organic Farms, we use Ziploc bags, but the Ziploc bags that we use have perforated holes with them, so that allows air to go through. But mostly, if you go to the big farms, they use crates or cartons. These have holes in them as well, so that to allow aeration for it to stay long. Now, end it with okay. Not yet. When it comes to processing, I think we all know what we can use gardeners to do. We use it to do a lot of things. Stews, soups. Some actually eat it raw, and some even grill it. They cut it, they slice it, and put it on a grill, add other things, and eat it. And it is known to be very rich in vitamins A and C, as well as fiber. Yeah, so I think I will end my session here today. I'll quickly run through the local dialects and then it's here for your program agriculture, agriculture team, any radio culture, and then liquid fertilizer, any organic spray, and then sell the CBA BB, and then no fire a Yadwa. It didn't hire Potocas Babu Mukakrama, Yeniano, Grafonso, when I'm a chef. And see, I said, I know assassin another year. Ugupa wood on why you're necessary. Oh, first say, the sister will be I was able to say, yeah, and yes, said time. Your personal, your try say, Yananum, Musis, Ubenya Nubia, Karen, two yet, Unesuna, was not Udona she be behavior. Nabrano, Asasia, and show, but in show and engine. Till the maker in show, but in show, this is in show Geneva. Nadrani, running from root words, the insuring, but in showing the Brony friend loamy soil. Why, when I was asking, the pen and 9. The pen is in a different transplant. I can say, wood to attend. It's no two at the Bawitoma. want to tell you a thing, no, the DJ no. If anything, if your ruler, school for ruler, a 1 foot. It's line the same line the moon, a 2 feet ruler. And as I was starting, row for from Nintendo, which is 3 by 2. You will be understand, and on that, recommending spaces. Why is it depends on what's assassin, no say be a advisor. That's all different things are different. Like, yeah, film, yeah, pet chemicals, fertilizer, yeah, better to go say, any tribune, yeah, will be different compost. Liquid fertilizer, yeah, we didn't kind of and also, yeah, just a bushel. And plan is, I was saying, a barber, so much as well. The anything, garlic spray, and a bushel, one chemicals, yeah, and I see, we know about one. Me see food and you say ado and person no be abaya confusion the no dia na say info be man run be man ha na me need to make problem say they say you know so time bia me be sure say info no e wo info no apart from say eduane a ado no be di e dey nia ya problem info no ene ne be che say eduane no info no e san so dey bia what is saying says to be to ha adwano she said she time bia no we make sure say akofo e ba say mo abaso but boss na say na now the boss afi ntabaye eduonum ko say be watching temu no na are you ready na when I say ready, I am the aircraft. Don't say I don't know. Why? Back to what they now for the echo. Maybe I don't say you do say inform. Now, Feno, yeah, I can see no. Say, yeah, the better choir. Who the glad man? So glad they are. A bit to me. And your bano, a dad, the young quiet stew. The other mother breathing, which I say, you move a dimple, or couple from over multiple pie slices. Some of the move to normally. Your face saying, no matter me one of the town. And I feel a bano there at the man. A vitamin A, vitamin C, a woman, any different fiber. James said, and then Mufa ebi mo black akrati no we see here na na to ma mission share bi Sunday
yo roots man ya da CP any when church out their mind me fear papa me could anya adwa na adeba kwa I could never figure out back then kuma na me hu a market me no more we nya adwa no raw I tried it once because when you say be out to be the raw healthy now. But in Adwa is one thing I could never eat raw. I don't know, no matter how hard I try.
I tried it. My friend saying, Jiwa and Sam's watchman used to chew that in a lot. Or even Robert. Apparently, so that is what makes the Northerners strong.
And not on Adwa said what to start with. Me just said TZ still has more to do with it than Yadwa. Yo, Ruthman, that's
CP.
Next week, you pay a topic, bang, and I enjoy my.
I'm trying to bring someone on. Next week, I will just moderate, but yeah, the experts will be back. Probably, most likely, Prince will be back
talking on it.
Okay. Oh, okay. And then the Richard call your Facebook page on that. Say, yeah, packaging are there. All those wires are there. Which will be the
yo.
Actually,
next time. Oh, yeah, for next time because of time. I may want to guess couple ones be 20. Yo, Rootsman, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, me ask me that.
All right, Rootsman from Roots Organic Farms. And you need to come or check how is Sibia and Yadwa in an organic way. Actually, say Yemfa and nobody be emuso. Coming up next, arts and culture synergy. Please come back in the green room because it's time for you to shine. But may hold you forth now until you come back on, all right? And let me bring on straight away the man called Asante, the simple entertainer. All right, we're transmitting online. We're live on social media as well. Currently, we're live on YouTube. We're also live on Facebook. But we are live mostly on our homepage, www.ghnewsnow.com. We're not radio culture, we're not iCulture TV, so at the same time. And let's go straight and talk to our guest for the day. Synergy, please come on. I want you to handle this interview with Osajifo for me. But as I said, I'll be holding the fort for you until you come on. And maybe I will even pair with you because Saji, Minyana, won't send me Brahma person, maybe Sada. Osajifo,
yes, brother. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Nadia Koso.
Bibi Aboko.
Nice one. Normally, your interviews now, I'm on focus on movie. I'm so okay, my freestyle. They be freestyle neighbor Shasi. Saji, to be beautiful. Now you're funky and mushy. Then starting kasa.
Now, me bato kasa be now this day.
Now me say normally say your interviews now. Your kasa we are not face you my freestyle. But you're then the freestyle no na Shasi. Enti my kakra near funky and mushy.
Okay. God bless our homeland, Ghana, land of Kwame Nkrumah. Me tell them now. Gateway to Africa, yeah, me say respect to Mother Ghana. Ghana, Africa is my home. It's the gateway to Africa in West Africa. Good hospitality for sure. If you want to have a nice time, come to Ghana. People are lovely and friendly. Ghana, I love you really. Wonderful country. Come and chill out peacefully. I miss the big things are going at the city out. Peace and quiet in the country. Ghana, land of opportunity. Everything listen this part here. Nice and delicious dishes. Banku.
Yeah.
Nice and delicious dishes. Get yourself jollof and kelewele. Fish and kinky.
You don't know. Hey, Wiki. Saji. My
interview, brother.
Now for you, me bonkomo. Hear this one.
Asante for the simple entertainer. Represent straight out of Ghana. Midaya. I'm gonna keep me now retire. Midaya. Me now left ya. Me still there. So we don't fall, she said them a free. Now give it up. Give it up. In our life, too many frenemies. Now give it up. Give it up. I wish you said them a sabotage. Now give it up. Give it up. I we them can't underrate. Now give it up. Listen to my supplication. In this kind of mysterious education, rescue me from wicked afflictions. In this time of tribulations. Until you must die that I lift up my voice. That's why I'm enough.
Saji.
Yes, my brother.
Who is Osajifo? For those who are bucking up with you for the very first time, who is Osajifo?
Yeah, man, you know Osajifo is a reggae artist from Ghana. My name is Dennis Afram. I was born and bred in Kumasi. I was born in Otafo, and I come from Kwabre Mamponting. You know, yeah, but I fell in love with reggae music after high school. But because in Kumasi not much was happening for reggae music, I moved to Accra to pursue my musical career in the 90s. In the late 90s, as a musician, I started with the name Raga because of the ragamuffin style, like Buju Shaba You know, that was the era we were growing, so we fell in love with that. So I later formed a band called the Militant Youth, which was strictly a Rasta band that used to play during Rasta festivities like Ailis last year birthday, coronation, Kwame Nkrumah birthday. But in early 2000, I met Rastonto, Nash Dodu, Mahoney, and we formed a band called the All Star Crew, which was more of a business reggae band that was playing in clubs like Okrobite, Big Millie's Backyard, Heavy's Restaurant at Awudome, Water Chicken Restaurant at Nungwa, and we were doing very well. But the biggest thing in my career started in 2006 when there was tribute to Bob Marley concert in Ghana, in Accra and Kumasi.
Yes.
And Osadifo was among the few Ghanaian
concert, right?
Yes. Osadifo was among the few Ghanaian artists selected to perform with great artists like the late Joseph Hill, Steve Paws, Chakadimos and Pliers, the I3, which was Marshall Griffiths, Rita Mali, and Judy Mowat, and the Mali family. So from there, I got a link to travel to Holland and got my first album recorded. You know, came back to Ghana until date. Osadifo is still fully active.
Solid. Very, very, very impressive CV. This be CV read to you, a bridge version of the CV in less than 2 minutes. But you see how much they in there, right?
Yeah,
humble
man.
beginnings coming from somewhere in the Ashanti region. It's like, nah, man, this crowd not big enough. Let me go to Accra. And then the man reach Accra, it's like, nah, it's still not big enough. Let me go to Holland. Send the music over there. Yes. Sadi, what goes into your music when you are creating music? You are very famously called the social commentator. And when we listen to your music, most of it really is social commentary. Sometimes you juggle our minds to get us to think about things that we haven't even thought about thinking about, so to speak. What goes into your mind when you're writing music?
Yeah, you know, as we are growing up, we know reggae music has a fundamental principle of addressing social issues, and they're addressing the social discontent of the people. You know, we know people does different lyrics on the rhythms, but the basic projection about reggae music has been a genre that has been used as a vessel to address issues, to topple corrupt government, address the plight of the people, defend the vulnerable. So I also follow reggae music in that regard. Yeah,
but you could have also decided to play slack music, because that also is there.
1 minute, they are playing music. I want them to get off it then. I'm doing a small interview. Can I go into the toilet? Yeah, so that is the area that I because I don't want to just sing without substance. We want to do songs that are timeless. So when I'm making a song, like I have a song like Omain Chaka Chaka, which is addressing the Galamsey menace.
Yes.
The Galamsey menace in Ghana. I have a song Galamsey. I have a song Bohobium. I have a song 64 years of independence. Talking about 64 years of independence, but neo-colonization is still in effect. So when I'm doing the song, it's all about speaking for the masses, using my voice as a vessel to address the situations, speaking for the vulnerable, making sure there is a clean environment for our market women to do their businesses and things. So that is the area. Apart from that, we're singing about love, universal love, and also sing to project the empresses in a positive way. So it's in that angle that my lyrics, the inspiration.
Yes, and you seem to cover every topic available, right? I one of my very favorite songs from you is this song called "Stop the Worry." I'm looking for it right now. Unfortunately, we had to do a system reset, and I don't think I have that song right now. I sent you a message to send me a folder. Saji, please send me your folder, because
I will send
we need that music on the playlist. Yeah, but Stop the Worry, for instance, it speaks to me in a very different way, right? Like it's like somebody's facing a situation, you're like saying, brother, don't even worry about it. Like, problem no definitive. It's not like you're creating a utopia. And that's one thing I see with you. You don't like utopian scenarios, right? You like golden stool is not coming from the sky. Christ is not going to come from the sky. The hustle is real. Stop the worry. Problem not the finish. Face the situation. Talk to me about that.
Music must be able to calm down our nerves. You know, when music is not bringing peace, then it's rubbish. Music should be able to calm down our nerves in a way that we can be able to go through the pressure. So stop the worry is a message that is telling you that problem is inevitable. It's there. Life, the happiest moment is very small, but the problems are there. They finish. So the earlier you get used to them and go through, the better. So stop the worry. Problem no they finish. Betrayal is there. Disappointment, envy. Every day, So just know that they and get used to them in a way that when even they come, no matter how it hurts, that problem no they finish, we deal with it.
All right. So let's bring on Synergy, who should be doing this interview. But as always, if I get a guest like Osajifo, so I go tear a plantation more. You see. So Synergy, please pick up your spot. But before that, let me ask Saji one more question before you come in. So Saji, when we talk about music genres, right? You come from an area where you could have latched onto different other genres. Okay, Ashanti region has some serious musicians who do high life, who do different other genres. You could have gone that path. Why did you choose reggae music before Synergy comes in?
Yeah, sometimes Ghana, we have high life as our traditional music, but I chose reggae music because of the elements in reggae music. It's very educative. Reggae is not just music, it's very educative. And growing up, I realized I listened to Bob Marley's music. When I was a youth, I used to listen to Alpha Blondie. America, America, America. You got to break the neck of this apartheid. That basic human right projection in reggae music, speaking for the poor, talking about love, one love, and putting some value on Africa, telling us to be content. It's about education. It's telling you to be calm. It's not telling you to speed up that material obsession and all those things. So it's a gospel, positive vibes. That is the reason why it made me fall in love with reggae music. Even though we have our life music, I love our life too as well as a Ghanaian. And music is music, but I prefer reggae.
Yeah, because I've heard you sing a version of, was it a Machi the Days music also? And your rendition of that was not before. Beautiful. That guy, hey, he has to be celebrated. And not before has beautiful, really beautiful music. But Synergy, please take over. But I'm right here. Synergy.
All right there. Osajifo. One lovely artist that this afternoon I was just going through your songs, listening to some vibes in there. And yes, as I said, you have some powerful lyrical content when it comes to projection Africa and certain things that you rightly said about putting governments on its own and certain things that need to be legalized in terms of music. I would want us to look at it from this angle with regards to your name. What is it about Osajifo that makes you take down the meter of your real name with regards to reggae music?
You mean, are you asking me about the name of Osajifo?
Yeah. Because for the vibe that you have about reggae music, someone would have thought, why not pick anything relatable to the legends in reggae music Osajifo in perspective?
Yeah, I come from a different area, and I come from Ghana. So I wanted to project myself within my own environment. I didn't want to take a name like Buju Bantan or slogan Bantan or something. I just want to pick a name that identify me as a Ghanaian. Maybe somebody will even ask, what's the meaning of this name? And when you check Osajifo, is a liberator. The meaning is a redeemer, a liberator, like a freedom fighter. And when you check most of my songs, it's in that regard, singing to liberate the people, physically and to liberate their minds. So, and I love Osajifo as well. They used to call me Raga, because I was doing ragamuffin style. But I chose Osajifo for people to know where I am coming from. When somebody hear it, they know that, yeah, this guy is coming from Africa. So I want to project that identity in the first place before even somebody even asks me who I am.
Going forward, as you do with your recent single, which the title is Never Bow, Never Bow. One classic one over there, looking at your lyrical content that speaks about certain things of which I would want you to say directly to us. What inspiration contributed to that, and what message were you communicating to us directly?
Life, sometimes there are a lot of pressures that will push us to bow. Sometimes there are some intimidations that people want you to bow. People want you to go low, but as a lion, you must stand up. So the music is trying to tell you that be firm, and stand on your feet. You don't have to bow to the pressures. When the system gets rough, we must stay tough.
Okay.
You see that thing? Because there's no excuse for your weakness. In this era, softness doesn't work. You don't have to be soft. You must be bold. You must be confident.
Okay.
So the music is just trying to put that in people's head that you must be strong, you must stand firm, you must be on your feet, and stay alert. So that's the inspiration behind that music.
All right, let's talk a little bit about your origin, which is Kumasi in the Asante region. As Ras said, would have wanted to see the Nika from us, their real name goes that way. I hope I'm getting the name right.
That is Afram. Afram.
Afram.
Yeah.
Kwame Afram.
Yeah.
Kwame Afram.
Kwame Afram. Okay. So you want to do away with the Dennis, right?
Oh, of course. We love Africa. Though we have it, but that we don't take pride in those names. Yeah.
He says Dennis only on paper. Only on paper.
Okay.
Official,
On paper is Dennis. All right. Let's talk a little bit about the originality, where you come from, and this reggae thing that you do. How is the whole acceptance like when it comes to Kumasi? And we are normally well accepted with the high life thing that we have talked about. How is the whole acceptance like?
In life, some people are recognized only in their homes. Some people are recognized in their communities. Some people also get global recognition. And Osajifo, I am looking for that international acceptance. So even though I'm an Asante, but I'm coming out with a vibe that is internationally appealing. Kumasi is there, but when we checking international relations and things, it's like they are confined in their own lifestyle and in their own cultures and things. But we decided to step out of that, even though we are proud as Ashantis and everything. But we want to do things that is appeal to the international community in terms of vibes, in terms of collaborations, in terms of relations and everything. So some people prefer just to be recognized in one corner in their homes. Some people are big in their communities. When you take Haile Selassie, for example, he is internationally recognized. We have some chiefs that we know them only in our houses. So it's levels. So though I'm an Ashanti, but I want to step out.
All right. Sajil, Mamembe Mukakra. So if looking at your background, right? Looking at where you grew up, looking at your influences and all of that, where do you think your musical influences came from? Number one. Number two, where did you depart from whatever original musical influences are now to move towards reggae?
In the area that I was born, there are a lot of musicians. My house was very close to where Bafoche rehearsed. Bafoche, the man who played Ajua Beni. Bafoche is from my area, and I'm to connect to them all. My area, Tafu is a place funeral, there are a lot of
Yes,
KJC, all of them
yes.
are coming from
Yes.
Old Tafo Enclave. So I used to sing this song, Aduma Kunya Mite, this is song there. I do up in a month for the Bobu Asante. I was very small when I used to sing full that song. I used to sing some of this song. I used to sing Pabobo. But as I was growing up, you know, and went to school and started knowing about Rasta, you know, from the virtue of being a Rasta alone, it's a whole, you are like a professor, you know, from a virtue of becoming Rasta alone. So knowledge started increasing. Then I started thinking beyond. And I mean, I better see that kind of level, yeah. So I started thinking beyond that. So from the virtue of becoming a Rasta, I was orbit to upgrade, and I fell in love with reggae music because the vibe is very strong. You know, talking about justice for all, you know, international morality, love. You know, so if you know, then you must fall in love with that.
Same. Synergy. Meaning so what other strategy officer here. Couple more questions. Besides now, other stories.
All right. Let's also talk about the international thing that you made mention of, which has to do with. You wanted to be accepted globally. With that, how is the connection like? How can an artist have this kind of focus as to how he or she wants to be accepted global, but not from where he or she is born?
Yeah, I'm not paying. I'm just doing an interview. Yeah, you know, there is an international language. You know, when issues come to fundamental human rights and things. Like, for instance, Haile Selassie went to an international seminar, and when people were talking about ammunitions and power, he said he represents the poor people of the world, not just Africa. You know, yeah, he represents the poor people of the globe. So there's one international language of fundamental human rights universally, international love, international morality. You know, these are international vibes. You know, I have songs like Craving for War, you know, a song that is talking about, even this my current song, Danger, that is talking about all these nuclear bomb threats and ballistic missile threat and all these, you know, and these have been problems of the world. So when I'm addressing these issues, then it's an issues of international concern. So definitely, it's reached international ears.
Okay. With this international thing, I just want you to share with us the experience with you having some performance
Yeah,
with
man.
some legends in the industry in the European world. How was the feeling like sharing the same stage with Anthony B, Daddy Roy, and the other big names in the industry? How was the whole feeling like?
You mean sharing stage with a big artist?
Yes, people like Anthony B and Daddy Roy and the other big names in the industry. How was the whole feeling like internationally?
No, but every musician is your pride to, especially, you know, Jamaica has been the mecca of reggae music. So any opportunity to share stage with artists like Buju Banton and all them people, it takes you somewhere. Even in international reggae business, Alpha Blondy became big, very big when he recorded with the Wailers. You know, so as I'm here right now, it's my dream that one day I'll reach Jamaica and record in Jamaica, because in global acceptance of reggae music, it's a plus that you get a Jamaican link, because that has been the mecca of reggae music. So being on the same stage with a big Jamaican artist is the apogee of it. That is the peak of it. Like in Ghana, I've been on the same stage with Tony Rebel, Muta Baruka, Eric Donasin, Turbulence, Norris Man, Anthony B. And in Europe, I've been on the same stage with Alpha Blondy, Itana, Mikey Rose. You know, yeah, man, Daddy U Roy. You know, and it's really good that you are on stage with these legends, because we used to listen to them when we were youth. and now you are on the same stage with them. Just check how it will feel.
Yep.
The feeling was massive. I could tell from the way you are explaining things to us. Let me point on this angle. As you made mention of, there is a certain language that needs to be spoken when you want to be recognized internationally. This language thing that you made mention of, what is it about?
You mean that's an expensive word?
The language thing that you made mention of, as in you, if you want to be recognized outside, there is this language that needs to be spoken. What is it about it? Yeah, you
You
made
mean what
mention
is
of
that
that language.
language?
Yeah.
No, I said language because issue of human rights is a global concern. You know,
Okay.
disarmament. You know,
Okay.
stop the war. So that is what I'm talking about. Matters
Oh.
of international concern. You
Okay.
know, so singing about these things, definitely you can get international ears to listen. You know, but when you
Okay.
sing about like Ghana, Asobra Chief and Zabe Womani, fine, it's Ghana. We love it. Music is music, but I want to sing. You know, reggae is global music. It's an international music. It's a kind of genre that addresses international issues. You see that thing?
Okay.
So that is my area.
Yeah.
So definitely, as long as I'm singing about disarmament, singing about fundamental human rights, sometimes we sing about this Gaza and Israel war, you know, it's a big matter of international concern. So definitely these things, when you sing about them, will attract international attention.
All right. Okay, Saji. Let's end it here. I know say you will add some other stories, but Saji, and that's one more question, and Synergy, you have one more question. Quickly.
Oh, my last question would be any advice that he really has for the up and coming artists, people that they always want to be accepted where they are born before they move internationally. As to how he has been able to do that is what I wanted him to advise us on.
Of course, let's have that.
Okay, my advice to the upcoming artists is that they should humble and they should know that the music is a lifelong thing, you know, and if you want to be boss quick and fade, that is there. But if you want to stay forever, then you should do music that has substance so that you can stay relevant for a very long time. Do music that educates, that advises the people, you know, do music that brings some respect in our communities. Do international kind of appeal kind of music, then you will stay. There is something they say you can hype quick whilst you are not ripe, and you can also fade. Some people get bust and in 1 year they are lost. So as an artist, humble yourself and keep learning and know that the positive vibes will let you stay longer than the slackness and all those fried rice music.
All right, Saji. And my last question to you before we go is this. The other day, I did an interview in which I said that reggae music is more African than high life music. This is why I said that. If you look at the origin of reggae music, every reggae historian will tell you that it took its roots from Africa, right? Now, if you look at high life music, they will tell you that it took its roots from Spanish guitars and all of that. So if you look at the two, reggae and high life, I think reggae is more African than high life. Don't you think so? Back me up and let's get out of here.
But even I think when you check I'm actually the Iron Boy and Kemeden Ayoya or Hinebakisi or Dobini or Dokaini. Iron Boy like this, though you don't feel the reggae strike, but you can just put the reggae strike in it and it's reggae.
Oh, let me show you. Nana Tufoya Yekana Senia Saji. Dina.
I will dine. All those tracks here.
Dine. That is
pure
reggae.
All those songs. So reggae and our life. Sometimes even we ourselves create all this confusion and division.
Anyhow, Saji, enough respect. Why? You're the CP. God willing, sometime soon we will call you back. And we have a little secret. We will not let it out today. You guys will be seeing Saji very soon in another format. We won't tell you right now. We will tell you when the time comes. Enough respect, Saji. Thank you very much for making time for this interview. Synergy, Bepacho, there will be a fatwa sumai.
Well, I think this whole interview has been lovely. I'd wanted us to do other stories, but for the sake of time and checking from where I am and the background, you could tell that it will not be friendly for us to continue with the certain interview. But with time, we will definitely keep up with other stories that will definitely come our way on and exactly today's week. That is next week. So let's end it over here as the interview has been very educative, lovely, and was spot on certain things that I was really expecting him to spoke
All right.
about, and he has really done that for us. So big
Okay.
ups.
But before we go, my mention what we see something that I saw, as we always do. Like we comment on these things, don't we? Sakwan, your friend is Councillor Lutrot or something like that. This morning, me who saw was can Sambia, but anyway, let me stick to the original thing he said. No, we don't have too much time. So, what is our issue of some headmaster fondling some?
That is KNUST. Yeah.
Okay, you are an educator. You know what you know much more than. Now, I was extremely shocked that this guy came and was trying to put the blame at the doorstep of the girl. Extremely shocked. First of all, I mean, say what opinion on that thing first, and then I'll say something real quick and we'll wrap up. What do you think? Teacher Nia,
yes. Well, I just want us to do it on two sides. One will be on the side of the Aquadano, and the other side will be on the side of the headmaster. Then I will stand in between as a parent so that we can have a fair discussion. One on the other side, I will start from the perspective of a parent. Every parent, whether we like it or not, social media, schools are really growing up our kids more than we do in our various homes because they spend much time with the teachers, with the people and the environment, and most especially with this social media thing, more than they do with the parents. So you as a parent, the only thing you have to do is most especially one thing is frequent visits to their homes, to the schools, their various schools. Pay much attention to whatever they are doing in schools, but not the money you spend. We are much concerned about material school fees, material books amount. I am also going out to the market to hustle and bring another money. So if I give you the money, it ends over there. I am a part of it. Your duty is to make sure that you bring in value for money at home and you come out with flying colors when it comes to exams and all that. But it doesn't end over there. Your responsibility as a parent still keeps on going as you continue to visit their schools. With that, any information, anything that a social deviant behaviors, you get to know that and you put a stop to it. Let's move more faster on the other side, which is the headmaster. Headmasters, one thing you have to pay much attention of. This inquiry we say anymore, no, they know nothing. That is one. Two, the stage that they are in, they are in for anything. That is curiosity. They are easily to be convinced. So, in other words, you that you know much better shouldn't use that as a weakness on the kids. When it comes that way, professionally, you have deviated from the reason why that case were left in your care. So, if you know your duty and you know the nature of the case that are your you not take advantage of them, no matter who that case is. That aquadani city. So, what say that no different fear by say we nim nyansa, excuse me for that word, say we nim their warrior, Nina can win that person is a youth. Nina can win that person is an adolescent. If you know your rights very well, you know say that stage that they are in, they are in to explore. If the least thing now over what we say what the yearly that person is in for it, especially when him say 100 cities is very difficult to come by because maybe the parents come for says kind of manner. So you giving that kid 100 cities, what do you expect? That kid will give in for you, but that doesn't warrant you say you are doing the right thing. On no circumstances or no condition would you say Aquadano, I say you have to take advantage of them per their age. No, now to Aquadano. The point is they are in to explore into anything they are open up to it. With them, I don't have any issue with them because you that you know best should rather do the best thing for Aquadano, but not to take advantage of Aquadano, which is wrong. The headmaster professionally deviated from the human all year. No. So whether say you're taking on suspension or whatever, say we'll move away from the school till other investigations are done. No problem about it. But the thing is, Akwadano is underage. She knows nothing. You rather took advantage of whatever beer you have at hand, and now they are taking advantage of the weakness. As simple as that.
Wama asema and kamekani na akamenum because you said everything. But let me go back to Sa Akwawe asema na okano because on phones and yet allowed in schools. And the girl brought a phone and filmed. Who say me no kasaya now send me check him because I know decorum. But otherwise, how do you think say Obia ne baye defiling isano will feel sitting down and hearing you blame that thing on the fact that or the phone echo school? What is wrong with some of these people? Phone. The primary function is communication, right? And then what's the father so Obako school you kind of saying Suntreso BBC or Honoma as a chronic epo and I'm quite so all befieno na BBC they should be able to call you any idea. There are kids who are like 10 years 12 years the phone. Of course they are not allowed to use it in the school, but phone the one in hono. So when you sing kwadia, it's not wrong. And to me, I'm blaming a credit side or the phone about school. A credit phone because my catcher me ban say upon one on framing and on text me na me who say I am part or I'm crying so beefy. So there could be nothing wrong with the child having a phone. As to whether they're allowed to use it in the school is another thing. Now to take such a heinous issue of pedophilia, that's what this is. It's called pedophilia. You're a pedophile. Accra, and only know immoral ways. Not when you be so a friend home, a social commentator. So about betina radio ni TV so or defend it say I didn't know ma Accra ni phone call schooler. Charlie, some of our media houses we should watch who we put on our platform. So
they are vulnerable. They know nothing. But for the kids, they know nothing.
They know nothing.
The headmaster only
you're headmaster of your school, right? Or some sort of influence over the child.
Exactly.
You don't even know how these people started doing what they are doing. For all you know, headmaster the other day, some story that came up. Some man that started sleeping with some girl when she was 9 years old.
Yeah.
And on the for about 6 years. Or 7 years.
You know one thing. One thing that is very dangerous when it comes to this issue, is some of the teachers and the headmasters, they know the situation of certain cases like this. So they rather exploit that side. When it comes to my mother is not giving me money, my books are not being bought. So that kind of the parents are not being able to fulfill. They rather use that side to
right? Yes. That's what is Accra say. Be a Accra big jaw send cashier no. And Kenya no more that make effort to reform the child. Now for the question baby could be na ebeka na wo dey emphasize headmaster no cross them to nchen because me am 4 years old and na honama kono no that bullshit. But no. My focus is on Sak Akwawe Councillor Lutrot. And some of the nonsense he comes to speak on air sometimes. The other way, Shatawale's mother's issue came. This guy was there saying all kind of nonsense to Shatawale's mother. Bro, that's somebody's mother.
Yeah.
What's he has to say?
Yes.
Not your judges are always no share some plastic glasses be no about better no share some chibi no about kika and same who basa. Some people will take this and run away with it. So, I don't know why I did a girl in the phone call school. Of all the things that have happened in this scenario, the wrongest thing, if there's any word like that you see, and it's a credit phone call school, Councillor Lutrot.
No, that is very bad.
No, bro. I'm sorry, Senator.
I think, I understand everything, the point that you're coming from, and how certain statements and
It's annoying.
opinions shouldn't be
Say meme ba nyame pengu. Ena kama ko hu bibi say ya. Na ka di masem ebesi. A obeka sabi ti say because akwani ko. Ka me di masem ba wo kra wo so. Ka wo kan salute. Wo to na ka me di masem ba wo so.
I think
that's nonsense.
One last thing has to do with this one. It looks as if Ghana, we are rather using certain things to our disadvantage. When issues like this come out, we tend to blame those things, especially with social media.
Instead of blaming the perpetrator.
People are seriously using and benefiting from social media. People are seriously marketing their stuff on social media. Their talents are really shown on social media. But sometimes when issues like this come out, we tend, instead of facing the reality of Adam Asamkono, then we tend to blame it on social media. Exactly the point that we are trying to make over here with phone. Phone has its purpose when it comes to students and then the access and how those things can be used in schools. It is akora the phone at school more. You, the teacher, educate the akora to use the phone for the right thing. But not to use the phone to your disadvantage, and you come to blame the phone. Meanwhile, the phone has done nothing. That is what we are doing, which is very wrong.
A phone, a music device, a video device, and
the access to internet and the information.
There's so many different things. And what if I've given a phone to my child, say upon one, and on often navigating from school back home? What if that's the purpose of giving him a phone? My child is 10 years old.
Okay.
My child is 10 years old. He has an iPhone. How do you go to school? Your money needs to go to school. But to pay, the first thing, no, I texted me.
Okay.
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 So how are you going to tell me, say, I credit the phone to go to school? That's the biggest issue there.
No.
Synergy.
Well, all right. Now being said, and I think as the older age or the account, they say words were devices now, certain stuff like this, especially with our TV stations and radio stations, not this panditry thing, not because of this sensationalism, how people speak on your shows, say certain things for the news. No, we shouldn't be prioritizing our comments and how we gang around certain issues with this kind of words in order to make certain things, the reality of it lose its value. No, that is way below that. So, Ras, thank you for bringing this issue up, and I think issues like that with time we will have much in-depth education on that as to how we are rather turning our hands and blaming certain things that need to be used to advantage rather than we making this whole thing very childish, as to how I will put it. Very childish. No, below belt at all. Headmasters and teachers, you know your role, you know your duty, you know your responsibility when it comes to professionalism. Stuff like this, no matter whatever happens, you shouldn't go to the level of having an affair with Akwada. Then you come back and blame Akwadano to the point of blaming the mobile phone. Anka, when instead of having an affair with Akwadano, you should have told Akwadano to use the mobile phone to search something about the act now, or search something about the act, the disadvantage, the effects of it, rather than you indulging yourself in that and with Akwadano. Thank you, Ras.
Synergy, Medasipi, Namisha, next week.
All right.
Radio culture.
All right, and this is where we will draw the curtain down on today's show. Thank you very much for being part of the show. Today's show has been brought to you by kind courtesy, the Pan-African Heritage Museum, the Pan-African World Heritage Museum, I should say, curated by Professor Kojo Yanka. It's also brought to you by Roots Organic Farms and also Chrismark products. I was blacking out. I'm hungry. I'm going to go eat some food. Thank you very much for being part of today's show. I will see you next week, God willing. We could not bring you the honorable member or Chief Fertilizer Money for, but let us end today's show with this video. Sa video we see one team in Kambioma. I'm out. I'll see you next week. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Any impeni for Abba Ebe Shemu Kina Omampeni John Dramani Mahama
ne niswade hu efa ekuaye ho enintina ebinsi da se Asante Akim no fenano na obi e mrahye bedwani otena so mfie nwotwe ye hu a Greek minister wo kromu ada de oba ye the deputy enei omampania sebe otiasem omampania impo independent candidate for kwa kasa otie no ye sa omampani ni enya no nti wasoma the sector minister of food and agriculture say omra Asante Akim North no meboa emma entos akuafo emfa omontoma pamfra omra say jenne akuafo emfa omontoma pa emfra waba say yennuanom a ye watermelon emfa omontoma pa emfra nakofo yenya omo bọ̀dẹ́ fo yẹ nya ọmọ enyade akuafo yẹ nya ọmọ nkuruma akuafo yẹ nya ọmọ ebuo akuafo yẹ nya ọmọ minister eba na eneme ka kyerɛ mo sɛ mpo enimonyam akuta na ebi nsiye a waba Asante Akim North no wafa enimonyam ne nko na ba ye o wasan the trailer of fertilizer mienu 2000 bags sɛ yɛ mɛkyɛ ma Asante Akim North akuafo. Okay, Frimpong. Odin kaya o ma me 1000 bucks. Me baye, e be jira yifie me ne me MC e bon ho de room obi ate. E binsi da sa Asante Akim North. MPB anya fertilizer e be che so obi anya bi. En kane no me mo obi mo. Me ba cho me sambo obi nya mi shirawo. E binsi da se MPB aba. E be che fet. Biam se obi amajibi ena no no nkrofo bi de omuji ana omo nkrofo na eche ne painting rubber nkakra akra wo fichire aninti okay Frimpong na no no bi si akonya ne de okay one fan forever misi munya botre asamba munya botre aninti ene minister ba ede intos amma abba enena ebi wadie mu ho no jene ama odiaba watermelon ama odiaba owieye no wasan the fertilizer 2000 bags say yensan chemma kuafo no mumia no mo no ba nyefe umpe we na opede we me ya kwa se eyezu enso me nka ne sada sa mrede de aban adwuma ne yeye yankopon hyiramo yankopon kamo ho abusuafo etamonse ba bia obefa bia ensio ho a wodi yakua adwuma no a eyeye ye wo mrantie ne maba hodo a ewa hoden a se kua adwuma no eye sika kese a omu nyina betimi aye bi ama aboa West Africa ha nyina edwadie ekuo batai no eye after ye de siga na ha Africa nipa ewom be se 1.5 billion no sa nipa ni nyina no omo ha se kase edua bibi ni aton a yebetu aton ama ayeye nanso arewo sem ne se kwadwuma na yenye ne yie nti yete Ghana asase kama se so yekra ntos edi free Burkina Faso ansa na yedidi yekra jene efree Niger na arewo sem ne se makokra no yekra bi free aman hodo so ansa na yenya aduane edi oman a nyame adom yense yie enkokwa yebawie kra yentimi enye bi yekra efree amanone ama sabra yekasei enkokwa a wose Ghana afimuni nyina yawie no enabesa 400,000 tons emu 57,000 tons per ena yet be produce no oman na yesi ekwa adwuma no atofo mpa eno na mampanyin John Dramani Mahama say yemfa ehihye mu fom na yempagya kwa adwuma mu na kwa adwuma ye yi a oman ma no benya sika oman ma benya aduane adi na oman ni nyina nso adi yi ehihye ye digu akwan so no ne botai pa ye frɛ no feed Ghana ye bese ye nnuane ebedie nyina wɔ Ghana ha ma ye didi men na ye nya bi nso edekɔ amanone ekoton na feed Ghana no ne nyina so kɛseɛ pa ne sɛ ye bese nipa dodo na do mo hye kwa adwuma ni mu enti ye campaign sɛ obi a wo fie ɛwɔ Ghana ha no yɛ garden ketewa bi ɛwɔ fie hɔ ja baabi a bɛtua bia ntos nyaboa meko ɛne nneɛma kakra wɔ fie hɔ a afei nso yɛsi secondary schools ɛwɔ Ghana ha nyinaa wɔhwɛ yɛsaasi na wɔhwɛ school fee de yɛnuane a yɛde ma nkɔla yi baabi wɔ hɔ a yɛsi nnuane no koraa nkɔ yie yɛsi school biara nyɛ school farm sɛ bɛyɛ a Muhammad duane ma kakra dia support aduane a nkɔla no edi ne hɔ no ɛno nso bɛma nkɔla no ahunu kuadwuma no sɛ yɛ adwuma papa sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a ɔmo wie school no bebree nso adwene bɛba kuadwuma no ɛso nananom yɛhyɛ aseɛ yɛ schoolfoɔ no campaign no sɛ yɛnyɛ school no maako wɔ ha aduonu nkron 129 ɛna school farm no ɔmo ayɛ bie enti bro nya bosomi a wɔyɛ no mu farmers day a yɛbɛdie no ɔmampanyini say secondary school a wɔyere ne ho yɛ kuadwuma paa no Ministry of Food and Agriculture yɛmmɔ n'aba so na yɛnyɛ akyɛdeɛ kɛseɛ ɛfama school no sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a ɛbɛma school nkaeɛ no nyinaa atumi ɛde wɔn ho agye mu nea ɛtɔ so bio ne sɛ yɛman yi mu yɛwɔ nsɔre bebree nsɔre no koraa dɔɔso ɛkyɛn sukuu a yɛwɔ sɛ asɔre biara de ne ho yɛ ɛhyɛ kuadwuma no mu a aduane bɛbu ɔman yi a yɛnya bi koraa baabi mfa bi mu enti sɛ ɛkɔm de asɔre ma no na ɔsɔfoɔ so ɔbɛka nyame asɛm a ɔde tua sɛ kɔm de wɔn a wɔka asɛm no a ɛnkɔ enti yɛsɛ asɔfoɔ no moma yɛmmoa na yɛma asɔre no nyinaa no ɔmofɔ mo nhyɛ kuadwuma no mu yɛbɛhu asɔre wei na ɔmɔdua buro asɔre wei na ɔmɔdua bankye asɔre wei na ɔmɔdua mɔn sɛ modua na ɛdu tɔberɛ no na munya amanfoɔ ntɔ a Ghana mampanyini John Dramani Mahama ɔsɛ menka nkyerɛ Ghana akuafoɔ sɛ Ghana aban bɛba abɛtɔ ama akuafoɔ no nsa aka mu sika ɛnkyɛ bia bɛn na wɔtwetwa mu yi yɛde nkrataa ba abɔnten sɛ wo a wadɔ ɛmo na watwa mo na wonya atɔfoɔ no ɛyɛ Ministry of Food and Agriculture yɛn krabata a yɛfrɛ no NAFCO National Food Buffer Stock wɔn bɛtɔ saa aduane no nyinaa ɛde esi a yɛkasa yi yɛama akrakyefoɔ sika do wɔn kɔ region no sɛ baabi a aduane no bu a ɛyɛ mo ɛyɛ aburo ɛyɛ gare ne ho nneɛma a yɛnya atɔfoɔ no yɛa bɛtɔ yɛsiesie yɛ warehouse na yɛde ne nyinaa kɔsie eduru ahokyerɛ berɛ a yɛyi ɛde aba ɔman no mu ama ɔman ma no ɛho atɔ wɔn mo abusuafoɔ kuadwuma nim MPP onim NDC ebisa sɛ kɔmo ba ɛkɔmo ɛba kromu a ɔnka sɛ wɔyɛ MPP ne ntimi ne bi ɔnka sɛ wɔyɛ NDC ne ntimi ne bi enti bra yɛyɛ kuadwuma yi obiara mfa ne party sɛm ɛnto hɔ yɛnka yɛ ho mbom sɛ ɔman baako ma na yɛnyere yɛ ho ɛnyɛ ɛma aduane nyɛ dɛn ɛmmra enti ɔmampanyin sɛ yɛnka nkyerɛ mo sɛ adeɛ biara yɛde bɛboa kuadwuma no moma yɛkɔyɛ ne sɛ wɔyɛ party wei ne nti yɛma ne bi yɛn nyinaa yɛ Ghanafoɔ akuafoɔ a yɛpɛ sɛ yɛboa ɛma aduane ba ɔman no mu obiara mfa ne ho nhyɛm na ɛmoa ma ɛnyɛ kama afei deɛ ɛtɔ so bio afei yɛsɛ aban korɔbata a ɛyɛ agencies ɔmo ahoɔden bɛtumi ayɛ kuadwuma no ɔmo nyinaa nyɛ kuadwuma no bi sɛ Ghana sogyafoɔ ɔmo nso adua buro bɛyɛ sɛ 100 acres ne akyire na ɔmo ahyɛ ɛbɔ sɛ afi a wɔyɛ anim deɛ ɔmo bɛyɛ kɛse a ɛboro saa ɛyɛ prisonsfoɔ yɛama wɔn sika yɛama wɔn nneɛma yɛama wɔn tractor ɔmo nso so ɛyɛ mfuo no bi saa nso na national service yɛasɔpɔto wɔn ɔmo nso ɛyɛ bie nkorabata ahodoɔ bebree ɛna ɛyɛ bie obiara de ne ho gyim sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a aduane ɛbɛbuo deɛ nti ɛnɛ ɔmampanyini amamaba agogo ha enie ɛnkyɛre bia yɛasɛlɛte district maako aduanan saa 40 district no yɛhu sɛ ɔmotumi yɛ ntoosi paa na deɛ nti a yɛne abere ntoosi ho no sɛ Ghana ha afi biara no yɛde sika a ɛyɛ American dollar no $400 million yɛde kɔkra ntoos ɛde firi Burkina Faso ɛde ba ha sɛ $400 million no sɛ ka Ghana ha kebɛkreti nnwuma bebree ama mrantie ne mabaa no enya bi aye nanso esan ntosu aye ni binti yeto sa sika ni nyina etwene ne santi yebese yetimi dua ntosu no ha na ye sika ye de kra no etena ha na magana for dodo na enya adwuma eye in the selected district makomako aduanan sa district no de ye nie ye sekua for se obi antie ne ye ye ne ye maame no a etontosi ton no hyiae ana ye ne wo mo a eduantosi no so ehyiae ana ye ne akrachefo a wo mo nimde e wo ntosi sam so ho hyiae na de emu ye no se Ghana ntosi na ye dua na ha no enye de ye nya ye nkofo na eton no mo pe enu nti omu sa ye de no ho ekokokra ebi free Burkina Faso omo ka kire ye se ye de no ensuo wo mu dodo omo so de no nkoto no na e de nti entam prontem enti omo pe de prontem no e chen ye de ya e prontem no ne santi Minister of Food and Agriculture Yamaya Krachefo any CSIR omo hia ama omo komutra bomu aye ntosi no foforo kra eye papa sene de ye kra free Burkina Faso no ya ye ni sesi a ye bi ensa si abo se Ministry of Food and Agriculture se say ye won toast variety a ye fra no kwabna ye wo ba ko so ho a ye fra ni sika san toast si di nyina no se wodi dua na entosi no so a na ebre na wo ti a Ministry of Food and Agriculture ye de wo ma beto no so ba wafuo mu ha aba beto se ne be ya wunya ehaw bia na se ya agogo entosi semo a esi ha no ne ekofa ba ye nie honorable MP ebebo ya mane e wo ntosi sem no ho na oba ya ne ye ka kire ne se ke pese mamu seed amudi bedua sabe no so na modua entosi na ye dai awie enti ye ma no fertilizer eye bag no e makomako apem 1000 bags se onfamre akuafo na monfanua na nyame ya dom na mutwa no wie a de mo bedua ne bio no aban the seed ya modi bedua no be dai ebeba se ne be ya mo wie a ne to no enye problem enti toast na mo teye no ye frɛ ya tɔfo na ɔmo se nya we bi na ye pɛ enye we bi e na ye pɛ ye bɔ mampanyini amane no ɔmampanyini se akuafo na boka adua wie se ye ma no pro wo ɔmo nsɛm a ɔma sɛe ɔma ho ɔden ɔma sɛe ɔmo sika afa ɔmo ani nyi sɛ adwuma no koraa no ɔmo be ye bio enti Ghana mampanyini John Dramani Mahama gyina ne na sɛ ɔbɛpɛ sika ame abɛtɔ saa ntosi ni nyinaa ɛde afiri hɔ na yakɔkyekyɛ ɛde ama secondary schools na ɔmo adidi na wɔhyɛ me sɛ ɛnmanim yia memra ha na de akuafoɔ bedua no memfa seed a atɔfoɔ no pɛ no memfa mmrɛ mo enti ne da ya me ba ya de seed a ɛbɛso mfuo no bɛyɛ sɛ 200 acres ya de ni nyinaa aba ha ene na ya ama no saa kwa ya de obeto no nsu di akire ene ye ne baaye na ye free ha na atofo no o makrachefo a ewonim die wo ntosi no no o mo ne mo betena ha ena kakra na o makrachire akuafo no na o mo ne mo aye ho bibia sane ye be ya edubra mo tie na ne ton no enkoye problem emfa mayen na e free this year ko no ye pesesa tomato seed no say ye produce ni nyina wo wanchi I want the Ministry of Food and Agriculture. Yani akrache for na ya omo produce maye. Next year ye bebe mo aye ne kese. Na ya check Ghana fana nyina ama obia nya bi. Say the district aduanan no e na ya select ya ye ma wo mo sa aduama ni nyina. Na busiafo se mo wie no sa ne aye pese ye ni. Afidie na ye di besi ha a processing tomato no. Enye Ghana by and what the Ghana sika ebesie eno ne ya factory ya disi wa na nsape na egu se de aye ne se ankra na wo beto tomato no wono na obesi ne factory wa ha na ode ato tomato no e de aye mu adwuma ensi ho aya na si ho no eso a wo de koye wa adwuma na ne tu abede e be ye den ankro dia ko bank ho a unya bosia no na mo ka mo bom na mo ye cooperative na yan free Ministry of Food and Agriculture ya ba yen kyerɛkyerɛ ama mo afa kyerɛkyerɛ na chi no de ben say be register mu ko no na ekuo no anya nkrata aye recognize ewo aban mu afa se mo pabosia bi a Ministry of Food and Agriculture be gina mo chi se be ya mo benya bosia ehun si ho no ewo form na ebeboa amaku adwuma no so aye dey akoso ne santi ye besra mo Asante region amape ye hwe ye nkrata mu no ye start a cooperative campaign no Asante region ye hwe nkrata mu no pa ye hu se cooperative no ma form mako 6512 eyade a eso ani na so ye hu se nipa ne bebre emeka ho ye pese cooperative bia no eto aba eyi nipa nimfo cooperative bia no enya bank account e frequency ada ebey ya krachefo no ba regions no omo be shia cooperative ayentetiye e de ama cooperative emanyina omo wie entetiye na Department of Cooperative nso beba normal be register mo normal ma certificate e ko bia be register bia no cooperative no nya wudin kwa na yebenya kuani bia photo yebenya kuani bia adwuma a woye kuani bia mfi a wadie edisi ade bibi free nkran ba na ye de break cooperative no direct yemfa nkofa obi aso ena obi akase we yafa bi ana we didi asie sane be ya de owura mama de break kuafo bia no e ba beka akuafo nyina nsa ama akuafo so eho atowo mo se ye be ya omani ye na dachi monya ho mfaso yi samoa mo sai oman no mu nsuo mo sai oman no nsa ase a dachi mo ne mo ma ehe na mo betena ayewo sem ne se enuro na wo de ye galamsey no ahyase ewura ye nuane ni mu enti akrachefo aya nhwehwemu am ye hu se baabi wo ho a enuane na yenya no ho no edro na wo mo de ye galamsey na wura aduane ni mu na yenya ye bedie no yapomudene ebekosan ye man mu akosibroni nimdie mu mo bunkunta akire yen se the akosibroni friend life expectancy say average nipa nyiri dream fie science and wawuo no ye de ne nam 56 wabra uko Europe a ebinum di 80 years omo de ye 82 years 80 years se na ye duane a ye die so ye ma no ya ko wram wabra yentimi nya hwehwede a se na ye nya na ye ku ye ho enti ye besre yen se obi biara wa bia mfa ntoro ho so na ye moa da ubomu se insha ye se ye mpese akuafo no mo amaye kua na akrachefo emoa mo enti extension officers na ye do ma ba ha no omusa omampanyina makwan a ye di bebre ebeka ho bosoma we yanim November yi ye the extension officers ba district bia enya kra no be se aduonu ekọ aduasa de ubetimi aye dey enya ye manu a awie agricultural training colleges and veterinary colleges no omo tifie from 2015 omunya adwumanye akosua ngoma owonimde nanso aban ni sika ide betu owo kanti omo wo fie kwa omapanyi joma ma se sebaya omunimde ndaboa oman nkyekere no sa play kra eden no yemfa wonyina nkogu special scheme so ewo national service na asen wan a aban sika sem ni gina yie no na aban fa wo modwuma enkakra sebaya ebedun fie nan no na omunyina wo aban akatua so a omoje akatua kama Minister of Food and Agriculture ye ayima omse obia fa ni din fa so afidie so sebaya obeya application na yetimi afa wo modwuma ye ka say ye fa enipa ampim no omoya application ni wie no ye nya nipa 9000 ni akiri tie sa ko ka kire o mapanyi say omoya nya 10000 preko ama wa preso ama ye they say national service kora ye do mo ba omo wie agri colleges and veterinary schools no omo nam 10000 omo na ye be chiche edo makọ incro district na omo akọboa enyuma no enti akuafo wa fom ho a omo ne akuafo na wo omo ebe ni nyina no ya di motorbikes ebe ka wo ho sane ebe ya ba bia wo fo no obi a no o betimi aba ho abeboa mo abusiafo ade ba ko a obi ahwe anim sesi afri yen ho eye de ye bo ho dawura ye fre no nkokọ nketenkete eye nko gyina yɛ akyi abosome a yɛwura mu yɛn ɛna Ghana mampanyini ɔbɛpa ho ntama district biara anaasɛ constituency biara MP wɔ hɔ biara no sɛ yɛ MPP MP o sɛ yɛ NDC MP o sɛ yɛ independent o baabi a yɛ constituency biara no yɛde nkokɔ nketenkete maako MP mu tu ɛbɛba district hɔ nom sɛ bɛyɛ a yɛbɛkyɛ ama akuafoɔ no na kuani biara atumi ayɛ bi nti free next week no yɛde forms bɛba a yɛbɛ register ɔmo a ɛbɛyɛ bi ne nyinaa yɛsɛm sɛ nyɛ nipa ne nyinaa na ɛbɛtumi ayɛ bi afei sɛ wɔntumi anyɛ bi afei a ɛma ne haw afei dɛ nyame yɛ adom a yɛde ba ɔmo a ɛyɛ bi wɔ afei no ɔmo nyɛ bi afei da na afoforɔ nso aba abɛhyɛm ama ne nyinaa ayɛ kama na yɛsrɛ obi a wɔha biara na yɛka ma obi ate sɛ ɔmampanyin Mahama nankasa ɔyɛ kuani me a megyina ha no mo kasa meyɛ kuani me deputy John Dumalo ɔyɛ kuani enti nyɛ obi na bɛka akuafoɔ haw ɛde akyerɛ yɛn yɛnim haw a akuafoɔ yɛfɛ mu dada yɛmpɛ sɛ obiara bɛyɛ adeɛ no aka sɛ medeɛ medɔɔ me nneɛma no mekɔ odwom yɛantɔ me nnɔbae ne yɛantɔ aban nso ammoa me yɛantɔ enti na yɛkyerɛw sɛ deɛ yɛpɛ sɛ woduani deɛ yɛpɛ sɛ woyɛni sɛ wodi nhyehyɛ no so kama na onnɔbaeɛ no ɛba a aban nso bɛtɔ ama obiara nso akoma atɔ ne